Hey everybody, I was just thinking about music, and one of my subs made a comment about how the music in the 60s had this feel for it. People were standing up for what they believed, and the lyrics had power, and they were anti-war and pro-freedom. And I think that a lot of us think that we've lost that, and he really got me thinking about that, because it's been an issue that I've considered for a long time, is that, what happened to the good music? And I'm a guy who listens to everything. I listen to punk rock, I listen to heavy metal, I listen to rap, and it really made me realize that what's happened is the music has gone from meaning in the lyrics to meaning behind the tones, and that's kind of hard to really see unless you're involved in electronic music or you're really into it. But when you go to an electronic show and you feel the bass and the power behind the music and you dance, it's like all the same expressions that you could get through those powerful lyrics are conducted through the music. And the person who created the music, even if it's made from just a little pad with some pre-sampled sounds on it, the person has heart, and the feeling and the music is still there. And I have a high respect for people who use touch pads and whatnot to make music, and don't diss people just because they do something different. I've done DJ. I have a pair of turntables, and I've done scratches and samples and stuff, and mixing beats and stuff, and I find it all to be an art of its own. It's just an amazing thing to see how music has changed, because now that the technology is caught up to the feelings, and the people are able to express so much more behind the music. So if you ever get a chance and you're into music, go to an electronic show. Go see somebody that's got some power. I don't know. I go to Soak. It's the local Burning Man festival, and they just have DJs up there just playing random cuts and samples and songs. And I just think that the feeling's still there. I really think that the meaning and the drive is still there. How in the 60s and 70s the music, most of the powerful music was in the rock and roll. That's where all the heavy lyrics were, all the heavy meaning, and it went into heavy metal, and heavy metal became the carrier of that message. Metallica, Megadeth, very political bands that had a lot to say if people were willing to listen. And then all of a sudden punk rock starts picking up big time. I mean, it was big in the 70s and 80s, but in the 90s, with NoFX and everything, really caught on, and everybody started getting really into punk rock, and punk now carries the message. But I think there's a new message coming through in electronica, and I think it's going to be a wonderful thing. I guess one way to see it was in the 80s, everybody wore their ball caps like this. Then the 90s came. Everybody started wearing their ball caps like this. And then people started wearing their ball caps like this. And then as time crept on, people started wearing their ball caps like this. And everything comes full circle. Back to the good times. Peace and love.